So next we'll go on to the second type of grammar, that is structural or descriptive grammar. Okay, so this is actually associated with American linguist Leonard Bloomfield. Okay, and later on it was also developed by one more man, that is Franz Boas. Okay, he made research on tribal languages of North America, and later one more name to be associated with this type of grammar, structural or descriptive grammar, is Edward Sapir. Okay, and these two, that is Edward Sapir and Bloomfield, together they formulated the tenets of structuralism itself. Okay, and Bloomfield he wrote one important work which is called as Language in the year 1933, and this is actually the Bible of structuralist itself. Okay, so this is a very important book when considering the structural grammar. Okay, and the main thesis of this type of grammar, that is structural or descriptive grammar, is they talk about language having a structure. Okay, it is composed of units or elements. So already we know, no, it is exactly composed of units or elements like phoneme, morpheme. It will go on like phrases, classes, and sentences. So all of them are composed of units. Okay, so this is what is the main thesis of this grammar, also structural or descriptive linguistic grammar. Okay, so this is the main concentration of the this type of grammarians. Okay, so now we'll go on to the important assumptions made by the structural grammar. Okay, so first thing that you have to know is linguist is scientific discipline. So that was insisted by descriptive grammarians, that linguistics is scientific description, and form is given more importance than semantic. Okay, form is given more importance than the meaning. Okay, and then next point is the analysis of language proceeds from smallest to that of largest. Smallest to that of largest, meaning that phoneme, we have to start analyzing the phoneme, and then we have to jump to morpheme, and then we have to jump to word, and then from word to phrase, phrase to class, class to sentence. So that is what is proceeds from smallest to the largest. Okay, so this is actually the type of analysis made by the descriptive grammar. Okay, and they also talk about language as system of system. So this is actually, we have seen earlier also in unit 1. Okay, and as I told you earlier, they give much importance to the speech. Okay, spoken form is given the primary importance. Okay, and also they gave importance to language varieties. Language varieties meaning that the primitive they didn't consider any language to be primitive or backward. Any language meaning that the slang, register, and then dialect, everything was given importance. So that is what is language varieties, isn't it? So all language varieties were given importance by the descriptive grammar. Okay, and they also told that linguists should not prescribe rules. Okay, rules should not be prescribed, they should actually describe rules. Okay, they insisted on describing rules than prescribing the rules, which was done by the traditional grammar. And apart from that, again we have seen in characteristics of language in unit 1 that language is arbitrary system. Okay, arbitrary system of articulated sounds. Okay, they are arbitrary. I think we have already seen, so I need not explain this. And next one is language is set of habits. So this also is we have seen unit 1 in the characteristics of language. Language is a set of habits and human behavior. Okay, and language is subject to change. So these also, all these three we have seen in unit 1 under characteristics of language. So this is a repetition made by the descriptive linguist. Okay, and apart from that, the last point, the 10th one, they talk about the allophones and allomorphs. The contrast and complementation. Allophones and allomorphs again we have done. So all these are observed by the structural or descriptive linguist. So after seeing the various features of structural linguist, we are jumping into a new term called as ICA, which is actually expanded as immediate constituent analysis. So this method, immediate constituent analysis, which is abbreviated as ICA, is used to analyze the syntactic structure. Okay, so in order to analyze the syntactic structure of a given sentence, they just framed or formed this type of method called as ICA, that is immediate constituent analysis. Okay, so this was actually again introduced by Bloomfield, the linguist Bloomfield, and as I told you, this is used to analyzing each utterance into smallest meaningful unit. Okay, so if a given sentence, if a sentence is given, they will be just analyzing the sentence, and at the end you can see the meaningful, the smallest meaningful unit. It will end with the smallest meaningful unit. So how to begin, how they start analyzing, no? You can just jump to page number 177. So as you have seen here, they are giving one sentence, the boy shouted loudly. Okay, so this is what is IC analysis. So if you are given a sentence and asked to do IC analysis, means you have to put up like this, no? This is called as like a tree. So like a tree diagram they are using and analyzing the given sentences. So first you have to divide into two. So basically IC analysis is nothing but the given sentence will be cut into two divisions. Okay, so how to cut the two divisions? It depends on the meaning only. So the boys shouted loudly. So this will be the basic division of the sentence. So the boys is first division, shouted loudly second division. Again this will be again divided into two. Okay, the boys, and here shouted loudly, and again there cannot be divided further, isn't it? So this, no, which cannot be divided further, that is called as ultimate constituent. Okay, if you cannot divide further anything, that is called as ultimate constituent. So here you can again divide boy and s, and shout and ed, loud and ly. So all these are ultimate constituent, that is which cannot be divided further. So this is how you will have to analyze a sentence and divide it into two divisions. Okay, and at the end when it cannot be divided further, you can stop. And the last unit is called as ultimate constituent. Okay, so apart from using this type of tree diagram to divide, sometimes you can use the brackets also. Okay, so this is how the same sentence we have seen as a tree diagram, they are using it as brackets. Instead of drawing the tree, they are putting it as a curved bracket, and then they use the square bracket, and at last you can use the normal brackets. Okay, so this is how you have to try yourself in order to train the IC analysis method. Okay, apart from the brackets that we have used, you have two more methods also for IC analysis. That is, this one is box diagrams. Okay, and sometimes you can use also topless boxes. This is called as topless boxes. So almost three types you have for IC analysis, apart from the branched one, like putting up like a tree diagram.